What's going on, guys, and welcome to the next episode of the Crack-A-Pack series. Today we are opening up a very fun set, Unstable. I love this set. When it first came out, a lot of people were really excited because it was the return of the unsets, which is something a lot of people generally love. Unfortunately, because it's an unset, there's not a ton of value in these sets. Generally because it's just a joke set and it's not something that's actually in rotation and legal in any format. There's just really not that much value. However, we do have the beautiful full art land cycle. All of these are fantastic. A foil land is like way up there in value, so that's kind of what we're hoping for in terms of that. Very cryptic command though. There's like a ton of different versions, but that's actually sitting at the top of the value train, right around $5, along with some of these lands. So we'll see what we get. Of course, we will go through this as if this is a draft, and we will figure out what our pack one pick one will actually be. This was meant to be a draft set, so it is actually a lot of fun to play. If you didn't get to play during this time, I would really suggest picking up a few packs and just having some fun with it. It's hilarious. It's a lot of fun. There's contraptions, which is a whole new mechanic, and it's just a really fun way to play. So we'll go through each card. Our first common is Hoisted Hireling. It is a 2/1 for 3, and it has flying as long as it's being held above the battlefield. So this is a good intro to show you exactly. You literally have to hold it above, and yeah. But it's actually not bad. I mean, a 2/1 flyer isn't amazing, but it's filler. These are really cool cards. So this is Common Iguana. It is a 1/3 for 2. When it enters the battlefield, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Excuse me. These actually work with host creatures. And so basically, what you'll end up doing is this half of the card will become another card. Host creatures you can only play on, it's one, they basically, like, host creatures have to have one of these or something like that. And basically it'll give you another condition to actually have this effect. They're really powerful, actually. There's some of them that are like kind of insane. This one's not amazing. It's just a rummaging effect. But again, in a red deck, it's probably perfectly fine. Excuse me. Capital Offense is an instant for 2 and 2 black. Target creature gets -X until end of turn, where X is the number of times a capital letter appears in the rule text. Excuse me. This card's amazing. It's obviously hilarious, and you can tell on theme. None of the words on this card are capitalized. Fantastic. I really like it. This is a great removal spell. So far, that's definitely kind of at the top for me. Wrench Rigger. 1/1 for 1 red. When it enters the battlefield, it assembles a contraption. Contraptions are cards that basically you cycle through 3 different sets of every turn on at the upkeep step, basically. And so this actually assembles one, which means you get to basically pull one from your contraption deck from the top of it and put it on one of your 3 slots, and then that will start the cycle. And so this is actually a really good card in that contraption deck, but I do like the Capital Offense better. It leaves you a little more open. Success. For 1 white is an instant. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. If it is a host or has augment, it gains lifelink until end of turn. This is great in the host deck. It's obviously a great combat trick for 1 white, but again, not over the Capital Offense. Crafty Octopus. This is another host creature. It is a 1/3 for 3. When it enters the battlefield, this creature assembles a contraption. This is actually a really good melding of the contraption and the host augment deck. Excuse me. I really like this card, actually. Not as much, I don't think, as Capital Offense, to be honest, but it is still quite good. Ground Pounder is a 2/2 for 2. You can pay 3 and a green and roll a 6-sided die. It gets +X until end of turn, where X is the result. Whenever you roll a 5 or higher on a die, it gains trample until end of turn. This is a very good 2-drop in any green deck. This is fantastic. The die roll mechanic is an actual mechanic in this set. It was played a lot like D&D. And so for that reason, this card is actually fantastic. You can actually get a lot of manipulation out of your die rolls as well. I still don't like it more than Capital Offense. Voracious Vacuum is a 1/1 for 3. When it enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Again, you can obviously pair this with another creature to get that effect over and over for different scenarios. This is fine. It's not amazing. It definitely buffs your team, but overall not amazing. Our first uncommon, Suspicious Nanny, is a 3/4 for 5, excuse me. When it deals combat damage to a player, it reassembles target contraption that player controls. So you gain control of it and move it onto one of your sprockets. So I actually really like this card. Generally speaking, everybody's going to end up with some contraptions, and it's just kind of worthwhile to play them. And so I actually really like this card. I will keep that here for now. Midlife Upgrade, 3 and a white for a sorcery. As an additional cost to pay midlife upgrades, sacrifice X contraptions. Assemble X +1 contraptions. So obviously this is basically just a power up for the contraptions deck. This is honestly not a bad card. The contraptions are great, and you can kind of space them however you'd like that best suits your needs. If you end up playing a lot of just kind of cheap ones, you can use this to build up even more. Again, I don't like it. I don't like taking this first pick, but it's actually quite good. Clock of Doom is a forecast artifact. You can pay for and tap it. Move the crank counter to your contraption deck's next sprocket and crank any number of contraptions on that sprocket's contraptions. Yeah, basically you move up your contraptions and actually go ahead and activate. So you get a second activation out of it every turn, basically. It's actually quite good, but I don't know if it's fast enough in Limited. I actually just don't know. I didn't get to play with that very much. Our rare is Hangman, 1 black for a 1/1. As it enters the battlefield, secretly note a word with 6 to 8 letters. Pay 1, and target player who doesn't control Hangman guesses the noted word or an unguessed letter in that word. If he or she guesses wrong, put a +1/+1 counter on Hangman. Any player may activate this ability. When a player guesses the noted word or all of its letters, sacrifice Hangman. I kind of like this card. It's a great turn 1 play. I feel like it's really bad late game, but it'd be kind of a fun card to play with, so I'd actually kind of put it over to the side. Swamp is our land here, and then these are our contraptions. So Accessories to Murder is our first one. Uncommon. Whenever you crank Accessories to Murder, target creature gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is the number of creatures you control. So on upkeep, basically, this could trigger once every 3 turns. Essentially, and it's just a powerful effect. Generally, these are just kind of bonuses. This one's fine. It's not amazing. I don't think I would pick it over anything we've already got. Sapsucker. Whenever you crank Sapsucker, add 1 green to your mana pool until the end of the turn. This mana doesn't empty from your mana pool as steps and phases end. Again, not amazing, but the art is actually quite great. I love the art on these cards. It's fantastic. So, again, probably wouldn't pick it over anything else. And then we do get foil tokens in this set. This is the elemental token for Voice of Resurgence. Absolutely stunning. So, it's really between these 3 cards. Capital Offense is the safe pick. I feel like it's also potentially the correct pick. Suspicious Nanny has some great upside, and Hangman is just kind of good early game. I feel like it's not great late game. It's just a little too slow, so I probably wouldn't pick that. My safe pick would be Capital Offense, to be honest. I know that's a little lame, but Suspicious Nanny is great against certain decks, so it's definitely worthwhile considering. Overall, this set is awesome. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this pack opening. If you feel like I did not make the correct pick, let me know in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like it. Give us a little thumbs up. We'd really appreciate it. So with that, I'm going to get out of here. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next Crack-A-Pack video.